choice. You can dream if you believe. Give it all you've got. They are fast, I am faster.
You should be
They are strong,
the leader.
I'm stronger. I'm the best, so I pick up my chest. My dream, my speed, and my strength. Give me the power to win. Give me the power to win. Give me the power.
Thank you because you will do more than you can ask. For all the participants, we pray for presence of mind for them in Jesus' name. Thank you, Father, because you have answered. In Jesus' name we pray.
We give thanks to you, Almighty Allah, for sparing our lives till this time. Oh Allah, this is the final of this competition. Those who are going to excel today, oh Allah, be with them. Those who have dropped out, oh Allah, be with them. Make this competition, make it be forever and ever. Oh Allah, the company that's organized this competition, oh Allah, we pray that, oh Allah, be with this company. Oh Allah, when next they're going to organize this competition, let them organize it amongst more schools. Let us see the competition going far, not just in Ibadan, not just in your state, but across Nigeria. Oh Allah, be with them. Make everything easy for us. Be with our judges for today. Be with all the students. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Thanks a lot. Without much ado, I'll briefly reintroduce those we have on the panel of judges. I know you by now, you must have known at least almost everybody's name by heart. So our timekeeper is Mr. Amua Olushola Prudence. Thank you. Right beside him is our general coordinator in person of Mr. Akin Bade Bello. And we have close to him is the tallest man among us in person of Mr. Babatunde Kare. Presently known on seat is the tallest lady among us as well, in person of Miss Tolulope Rosemary. And I remain Oluwaseun Omotade. So please, thank you. I'd like to call on the general coordinator for the opening speech. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good day, the panel of judges, coordinators, timekeepers, notable staff from participating school, staff from hosting school in Asepsia, beautiful and wonderful students, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bilo Adibadeshio. I want to welcome everyone to the final stage of this year Vistaplus Technology School Quiz and Debate Competition for Senior Secondary School. Also, I want to formally appreciate the school that made it to the stage of this competition. Vistaplus Technology School is the arm of Vistaplus Technology that is focused on delivering information communication technology solutions to schools to improve service delivery in schools to meet up with good standard. We aim to help schools achieve their intended purpose with the use of our services that are offered at almost no cost with active support to ensure stability and growth for schools. Currently, every month, students can log into our website, schools.vistaplus.org, to submit article. The topic of the article and other necessary information is on the website. Your article will be published. and top 3 article will receive cash prizes, t-shirts, books, and so on. Please take this information back to your friends in school and encourage them to participate. Also, we are preparing special features that will enable students to take lessons online and practice CBT on UTME and SSE questions on the website. Furthermore, our other plans and futures include create a documentary of schools. This will help preserve information about the school and enable members and non-members of the school to know about the school. In addition, we plan to establish Vistaplus School Club that will serve as an extracurricular activities for students to build their knowledge in ICT and also serve as the information base of the school. Recently, 2 schools each proceeded to the final round of the competition from semi-final 1 and semi-final 2, and the schools are OBMS, George and Duke Group of School, Oxford Brooks College, and Bishop Akinyele Grammar School respectively. Today, invited schools for the final round of the competition are here to debate over vital issues in our country and partake in academic quiz competition once again. However, we want to re-emphasize the purpose of this program is not to make any school feel better than the other, but a platform of this school to interact with one another and speak their mind on disturbing issues around the country, and also provide solutions in a way to support this school to achieving excellence. Once again, I welcome everyone to the final stage of the competition. Let us sit back and watch the student performances as we learn from them. Thanks for your attention.
We are going into the first round of the debate competition. The chief speaker comes up and speaks for 6 minutes, the supporting speaker 3 minutes, and then a representative from the school will come up and speak for 1 minute, just to round up all you've said. Same applies to all the schools. So I would like to call on those representing Bishop Akinyele Grammar School for the debate competition. I call on Akombi Pepulia Oluwatobiloba. Let's appreciate them. And Adebayo Adedotun Emmanuel. From OBMS. Please, can we have the names of those participating from OBMS? OBMS. So I want to believe that you all are familiar with at least one person. Before we leave, we are also going to try to make some networks, we'll connect with one another and make new friends. So from OBMS, for the debate competition, we have Kilan Ko Folaomi. And Oyekule Yetunde. Oyekule Yetunde. Yes. A round of applause.
My co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, fellow students. My name is Akombi Pepulia, and I'm from Bishop Akinyele Grammar School, Okeare, Ibadan. I am here to speak against the motion that says national, state, and local political positions should be given to youth in Nigeria. What is youth? Youth is a time through which someone passes between childhood and adulthood. Youth is what allows us to know our level of dependency, in which we still rely on parents emotionally or economically. Why reasons for which we cannot allow youth are stated thus: lack of veritable platforms to acquire leadership skills. In many of our universities, student unionism is frowned on, and where it exists, leadership is controlled by the elderly lecturers. That means that all these student unions that we have, they are not really coordinated by the students. They are still under the appendage of school management. Students are not allowed to use their leadership skills or create and form leadership skills to rule on their own. They have been under lecturers and teachers, even in secondary schools. Another reason is because these youth, they have idealistic and unrealistic visions for the society, which may not be successful in implementation. They also lack managerial skills. The young people lack the ability to manage their own, not to talk about managing a nation. For example, Dimeji Bakanle, a young lawmaker, a speaker, former speaker in the House of Reps, who was elected to rep his constituency, in which he did not perform as expected, because he used this position to accumulate financial wealth instead of using it to develop the society, and he wasn't re-elected by his people for a second term. Another reason is lack of experience. Experience teaches tolerance and the ability to have realistic visions. Most of our youths are not experienced like our elder ones. My opponents might say that the youth of then were the ones that gave us independence because they were in their 20s and 30s. But they had visions. They had visions to lead Nigeria into a better future. They had brighter ideas and leadership skills for Nigeria. That is why they were able to achieve what they achieved. But the youth of nowadays are not allowed to have those kind of skills. They have not been able to create and apply those skills, which is not allowing Nigerians to youth of Nigerians to be in political positions, and they are easily manipulated. Youths are people that are emotionally unstable most of the times. A youth can decide to do anything he wants because youths are ruthless. They can't really decide. And when a godfather or another politician should tell another youth what to do, he will just feel like, let me follow him, because he thinks that's what is right. He doesn't have he cannot depend on himself. He's not stabilized, to say. Young people can easily be manipulated and can be used as mere puppets in the hands of older politicians, that is, godfathers. This can be clearly seen in the violence and destruction of public properties by a few student groups. And this is what I said about emotional disturbance. Because when they see that something is not going their way, they want to riot or they want to fight against it. That is why this Biafra group that wants to separate from Nigeria is headed by youths. If they are headed by elders want to think that don't let us cause war, don't let us fight, let us make peace with everybody and let Nigeria be peaceful as it is. But youths don't really think of that. Another aspect is corruption. These elders cannot be exempted from corruption, but the youth are more greedier and they are more corrupt than the elders. The elders cannot be exempted from corruption because it has eaten deep into the Nigerian political system. And the youth don't know how the political system has been. And when they get there, they want to get there to accumulate wealth and all. They don't go there to work for development. They are going there because they see that it's a position of affluence. They are not using the positions, they will not use the positions for things that matter. They want to use it for themselves. That is the act of youth. And take a look at those that occupy public positions now. They are not using it for useful acquisition. They are using it badly. An example is Yahya Bello. He is a governor of Kogi State, and he was in he was involved in a fight on 23rd of June where Buhari, the president of Nigeria, was making a speech. Can't you see that that's lack of respect? They don't even respect the president. Not to talk of respecting those in the cabinet system when they get there. They will want to change them and put other youths like them. And this will not allow Nigeria to go better. I hope I've been able to prove to you without a doubt that youth should not be used in political public positions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pekulia. Can we have the chief speaker from OBMS? Let's give him a round of applause.
They refuse to make our road more terrible, yet they are flying in private jets. They refuse to make the educational system of this country better, yet their children are studying abroad. They make sure death catches up with us at our prime. It's often the child that buries the elder, but they've turned it the other way around. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate co-debaters, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow colleagues. Standing before you is Kilan Kufolao, a representative of Orita Mefa Baptist Module School, here to strongly support the motion which states national, political, states, political positions should be given to youths in Nigeria. Let's just ask ourselves the question, how many political posts in Nigeria do we have? There are numerous political posts in Nigeria, ranging from posts of president, vice president, ministers, governors, just to mention a few. The problem now is how many of them are youths. The cross-section of political posts in Nigeria is being held by people above 50 years old. Youth should be made the leaders and political heads in this country because we are the leaders of today and tomorrow. My colleagues on the opposite side argued that experience is the best teacher, but I'm very sure you can never give what you don't have. Heavens will fall if a youth is made the Minister of Education. Because why? We've passed through various levels of education, primary, secondary, tertiary institutions here in Nigeria. How do you expect the educational sector of this country to move forward when it's being governed with people with just O-level certificates? Permit me to mention him. General Muhammadu Buhari, Tafawa Balewa, only had school certs, which we know as A-level results. If youths are made leaders in this aspect, the educational system of this country will move forward. I can go on cataloging these points, but let's have a pause here. Should we wait till these elders show the goodies of this dear country to the dogs? I'm very sure our answer is no. The communication and technology system of this country needs a youth to head it. Because we are the masters of the jet age, aren't we? Most developed countries in the world depend solely on information and communication technology known as ICT for them to do. Countries like USA, Germany, Russia, Japan, India, just to mention a few. If youths have made heads in these posts, I'm very sure our country will move forward because there won't be scarcity. We will try as much as possible. We will even utilize the best way of production, which will make our country grow better. Elders are usually limited by various factors that come with old age. For instance, our then president Yar'Adua died because he was not strong enough due to the sickness he had. Even our now president General Muhammadu Buhari, who spent almost half of his tenure treating himself in an hospital abroad. I believe youths are able. We are strong. We are lively. We should be made the head in this post. How can we compare our country then with other developed countries in Nigeria, in the world, nationwide, developed countries like Japan, Macedonia, Yemen? The difference is glaring. All we hear is that there's scarcity here and there. Corruption because of their own selfish interests. In France, their president, Emmanuel Macron, just 39 years of age, look at how their country is faring. He made sure that the political affairs of the country is going well. He's a youth. Also, Saleh Ahmad Salim, the president of Yemen, he made sure the country was doing fine because he utilized the best way when we were having this problem in Nigeria of Ghana must go, it was a Ghanaian youth who contested for the post of president and won that solved the problem. Look at Ghana now. They are well known. They are reckoned with. Their economy is one of the best. They are okay. I can go on cataloging these points, but the time I have at my disposal won't permit me to do so. I believe with these points I've made, you agree with me that youth should be given political position at national, state, and local level in Nigeria. Thank you.
Very much. So without much ado, I'd like to call on the supporting speaker from Bishop Akinyele School in person of, I can't remember his full name, but I know it's Emmanuel. Let's give him a round of applause.
Almost God's duly observed. My name is Adibayo Emmanuel. Federal, state, and local political positions shouldn't be given to Nigerian youths due to one, coup d'etat. When a youth is in power, it will be easier for the military officers to overthrow him, unlike when an older statesman is in power. Let's look at when the military were ruling us in Nigeria. Let's look at one of our military rulers, General Muritala Mohammed. He was a youth when he was the general head of state, but he spent only 6 months due to coup d'etat because he was involved in a bloody coup which took his life. So, because of this, the other military officers looked at him as a young man. They were like, it would be easy for them to overthrow him, unlike when another statesman who has experience is there. But when Chief Olusegun Obasanjo in 1999 got to power, he had experience, he knew what would happen. So he reshuffled the military officers in order to reduce and minimize coup d'etat in Nigeria. Secondly, the attacks of bandits, Boko Haram, herdsmen in Nigeria require the service of an elder statesman to solve these problems and produce a lasting solution to these problems. Are we expecting a youth who has just spent 30 or 20 years in Nigeria to provide lasting solutions to this problem? Or a youth who studied in US and in other countries to come and provide a lasting solution to this problem? No, we all know countries are different. If we want to use the knowledge they use in the US to solve the problems in Nigeria, yeah. But our countries are different. And added goes like this, which says the head of an elephant is not for small children. This means our challenging situations in Nigeria is not for a youth to come and solve. And another one goes like this, that even though a child has many clothes as the elder, but he can't have as many rags as the elder. This means that our youth don't have experience. For instance, some youths are emotionally disturbed. When they get to the post, when there are challenging problems in Nigeria, they will be clamoring for war. While an elder statesman who has lived in Nigeria for over 50 years or close to 60 years, he knows what war means. He was here when we had different wars in Nigeria. So he won't clamor for war. He will just want us to have peace in Nigeria because he has experienced war. He has experienced wars in Nigeria before, and he knows what it feels like. Lastly, corruption and embezzlement. When youth get to power, some of them will want to settle down and accumulate the government's wealth instead of them adding beauty and progress to the government. But when an elder statesman is in power, an elder statesman who has used his early life to acclaim wealth, who has used his early life judiciously, he wants to acclaim, or he already has enough wealth for him and even his children. So he wants to acclaim the government's wealth instead of that adding to the government's wealth. I believe strongly that with these few points of mine, I'm able to convince you that federal, local, state, and local political positions should be given to Nigerian youth.
Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, the accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oyekule Yetunde, a student of Greater Mefa Baptist Model School. I am here to strongly support the motion which states that national, state, and local political positions should be given to youth in Nigeria. Firstly, who are these youth? Youth are the most important part of a country's population. Now, they are the ones that are meant to be in power in every sector of the economy of the country. There are so many reasons why I say this. Firstly, the youths are agile. They know what to do part-time. We need fresh brains in Nigeria. We need fresh ideas in Nigeria. We need people that can think with both sides of their brain. We need people who are active. We need people who are focused, who have vision and the right mindset. When my opponent was talking about lack of managerial skills, how will you know if they have managerial skills if you are not even allowing them to display their talents? How will you know if you are wasting these potentials of theirs? And they said that the leaders that have ruled over this country for over 50 years. If there's a crisis in this country today, I can bet that the same way they treated that crisis 50 years back is the same way they're going to do today. We need people who are current, who know what is going on in the country, who know the owner of the shoe knows where it pinches. They know this is what they are supposed to do part-time. They have the ability to speak to older people and them listening. The leaders of today who are over 50 years, they started when they were youths. Example, Buhari enrolled at a military school when he was age 19. Yakubu Gowon became the youngest military chief of staff when he was age 31. The leaders of today have given all they had. They cannot give anything again. They should allow those who can still give and function properly to give what they have. They should allow those who can still display their talent, even today, to give what they have. Because they are not making the environment even conducive for Nigerian youth. That's why when Nigerian youths are travel out of this country, they are a force to be reckoned with. The Perez family in the United States now is a Nigerian family. That means they are a force to be reckoned with because the condition is conducive for them. Wherever Nigerian folks travel to, they shine, no matter what. And we are talking about this lack of experience. Even the leaders of today who are over 50 years that have experience, where has that experience gotten us to today? We are nowhere compared to those who their presidents and prime ministers are youth. We are still below them. We cannot do what they are doing as of today. And we are one of the most endowed countries. I don't know. We don't allow them to display their potentials. We are wasting this potential. We should allow youth to be able to rule this country. And let's see what Nigeria will become if youth are allowed to rule the country. I hope that I'm sure that I've been able to convince you beyond all doubt that Nigerian youth should be given these political positions.
Thank you very much. So the only lady among the contestants, please can we give it up for her? Thank you very much. That was awesome. So can I call on the representative from Bishop Akinyele Grammar School? Let's give it up for him, please.
I'm back here again to buttress what my partner has said, standing on the existing protocol. An adage goes that new brooms can sweep clean, but cannot sweep the innermost part of the room, like old brooms. Another adage says that what an elder can see while sitting, a child cannot see on the tree top. This means that the experience that the leaders have had is what has allowed them to rule the country perfectly. Elder statesmen, their strength is their wisdom. But young people, they have, youth is someone who is in his prime and has agility in strength and can achieve with his strength any task. But an elder statesman, his strength is his wisdom. His wisdom is what he has used to pass through every task they have passed through. Saying that youth have wished to be given political positions, I made an example of Dimeji Bakole, who had a political position in the House of Rep. and used it for financial mafias, accumulating wealth for himself. I hope that I've been able to prove to you and show you and let you know, understand that national, state, and local political positions should not be given to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bekuya. That was awesome. Can we have a representative from OBMS, please? Let's give it up for him.
Standing on existing protocols. Nigeria is one of the most endowed countries in the world, but ironically, it's still the poorest. Why? Because our leaders today, they can't utilize all the resources we have here in Nigeria. I believe economic students are here. Elders above the age of 61, they are not part of the working populace. They are meant to rest and be treated and be well catered for and be cared for. But what do we see now? They are the one fighting for political positions. If youths were made the leaders in these political positions, I'm very sure our country will have moved better than this. Youth constitute a larger populace of the country to the extent that they are even more than these elders. All we just need is to grab the bulls by the horn, sit back, give them these political positions because they can do it. Also, the most brainiest family in the world today is in the USA. They are a Nigerian family. Their daughter had an award from the Queen of Elizabeth. How many of all these elders have sat down with the Queen of Elizabeth before? Queen Elizabeth before? Because she's okay. She has resources. She has potential. But we are here in Nigeria, not trying to utilize them. With this point of mind, I think I'll be able to convince you beyond reasonable doubt that you should be giving political positions.
Have successfully, to an extent, proved your points. At this point, we are not looking for who is wrong or who is right. Okay? We're just looking for how you are able to articulate and present or defend your points so that you can win me to your side if possible. Right? Several points have gone. I was among the youth, among the students' union when I was in school. Practically, when we started from our hostels and then we discussed how we were going to go. And in the process, we didn't know how some students started burning vehicles. We that coordinated the whole thing, we were just at the front, and then we didn't know certain things already started at our back to validate that youth may not be coordinated. Whereas, we are not saying that youth should not be permitted to use their intellect. Okay? So several things happened. We were sent away from school, and then we had to pay a patrician fee eventually. Some were arrested. But we, the leaders, we were called into the inner caucus of the school, and then we discussed our points. We came up, we have our points, but we were not allowed to present our points. So youth may have points, or presentation of the points and how to go about it, may be a problem. All right? So, Bishop Akiyali, you are saying that coordination, lack of coordination is a problem that we have. Agreed. And also, we that had our points down, this happened, and then to the extent that we had to carry Femi Falana along. They rusticated some students. We went there, we fought it, and we won. If we did not have wisdom, we couldn't have won. So youth should also be permitted to use their intellect. So I'm not siding either schools, but I'm supporting their decision. Lastly, I love your 2 points that you have presented. How old is the president of France now? The current president of France. How old is he? 39 years. Is he a youth? Good. Finally, the current GMD of Access Bank today, about a week ago, was immediately they knew he was going to become the MD of Access Bank. He was going to be handed over to by Haig Iwokwede. They took him away from this country and they started brainwashing him to treat him to be able to handle the challenges of becoming the GMD in Nigeria. Did you see that? What we picked from there is that our leaders are not, there for the youth to take over. They want the trend of corruption to continue. They want to continue to amass wealth. Let me tell you, you said youths are corrupt. Youths are corrupt. Those ones we have now, are they not corrupt? Corruption has nothing to do with age. Are you getting it? So both of you have proved your point. But the thing I want to bring out from there is that our leaders, our elders, should look at me. I want you to become a president. They should rather call me to the inner campus and teach me what I need to know, because my strength is definitely stronger than their own. Thank you.
I can't say you shouldn't vote for, because really with their points, I don't know if I'll get there and I won't be brainwashed by those elders, and I don't know if getting there, I won't want to really acquire much wealth for myself. So you have done wonderfully well. Please applaud them. They are wonderful. Thank you very much.